Hey guys, welcome back to Life with Cassie. Today we are going to be making a improvised, it's a spiced pear pomegranate pan pie. Stay tuned. Okay guys, I am going to try and bring this to you the best way that I know how in this outdated kitchen. It's not exactly an easy setup to film, but we're going to make it work. And I'll bring you a very tasty recipe that you can try with your family. And I think it's going to be a good one for Halloween and fall. Kids are excited, so let's get started. So first, the recipe states that we need to start preheating our oven at 375. And today is a good day. I always keep my oven light on down here. And my cute little fall rag. Alright, anyways guys, so let's go ahead and take you on over. Okay, so I have my 13 by 9 pan. Okay, so the recipe, when I said I was going to improvise a little bit, what my plan is here, I'm going to half the pears and half, so it calls for 6 to 8 pears, but little man's been chowing on pears lately, and I thought I had more before I started this recipe, and I do not. So I am going to go ahead and substitute. I think he stole another one, so I've got 3 pears. So we're going to go ahead and do the 6. I'm going to do 3 pears and 3 apples. It says to peel them, guys. I personally don't care if there's skin on it or not. That doesn't bother me. I've done it so many different ways with apples when I'm baking, and honestly, I don't taste a difference. So we're going to go ahead and do it the easy, lazy way, and just go ahead and slice them, and it's going to be ready to roll. Okay? So I'm going to bring you over. Okay, so bear with me, guys. I'm a one-man operation here. Okay, that should work. You might not see me, but you're going to see what's going on over here. And I will also link this recipe down in the description box below. I'm just going to write it out for you guys, and you can copy it and paste it and print it. That will probably be the easiest. Okay? So the recipe wants us to preheat the oven to 375, and I have already done that. It says allow cookie dough to start at room temperature 10 minutes in a medium bowl. So it calls for one 16.5 ounce package of refrigerated sugar cookie dough. I did not buy it. I actually made it. So I'm going to go grab it from my refrigerator and get it on the counter and get it going to room temperature. So, excuse me, the recipe that I made a lot. So little man's hoping to get some dinosaur cookies out of it. So we'll see what we have left when we get there. I'm going to go ahead and bring it down. Okay. So I'm going to set that. Actually, I'm going to set it on my stove because it's getting warm and this will be a little easier to work with. So what it says to do next. So when that is done in the 10-minute range, we're going to go ahead and put in 2/3 cup of flour and 1/2 teaspoon of apple pie spice into the dough. I don't believe I have apple pie spice, but I'm going to use pumpkin pie spice. It'll be just about the same and it'll taste really good. Okay, so it says we want to roll out the cookie dough. Blah, 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 blah. We'll do that. We'll do step number 2 in a minute. So step number 3 says lightly coat a 15 by 10 inch baking pan with nonstick cooking spray in a medium bowl. Toss together the ginger snaps and melted butter. Okay guys, so I obviously am not going to use a 15 by 9 because I want a big one. It's 4 of us here and we would like to have leftovers. So I'm going to make it in this one and see how it comes out. So I'm going to go ahead, instead of using nonstick spray, I'm going to go ahead and do a stick of butter and I'm going to rub it around. Okay, nothing fancy, guys. So I just got a little bit of butter that I keep in my convection oven on a little butter pan. Okay. What? Are you watching Choo Choos? Alright guys, real life. Little man's over there watching Choo Choos. Getting excited for some dessert. Okay guys, so you're just going to go ahead and rub that butter around. Okay. We do not want anything to stick. Now, however much you want to use is entirely up to you. You guys can use cooking spray. I prefer butter. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put this down on my spoon rest. One less thing I got to clean on my counter later. Okay? So this recipe says to take your ginger snaps and your melted butter and combine them. Toss them together. Okay? So I have no ginger snaps. So I am going to use crushed up graham crackers that I've already pre-done. Okay, so it calls for 2.5 cups of crushed ginger snaps, improvised to graham crackers. Okay, so I don't know where my 1 cup went. I gotta go get one of those. So I'm just gonna use my 1/2 cup, do it a few times in this bowl right here. I might have to do another pack of graham crackers, guys. Yeah, that was actually enough for 2, so I need to do 1 more pack. Alright, guys, give me a sec. Okay, I thought I was going to have enough crushed graham crackers, but I don't. So, just using some graham crackers. Guys, I try to buy the cheapest one. But when I did my Walmart pickup, they didn't have the cheap ones, so they upgraded me to the Honey Maid for the same price as the Great Value brand. So that was awesome. So all I'm going to do, close them up in the bag, and I am going to pound them until they're pretty much crumbs. Okay, it is the easiest thing to do here. Just get them till they're super fine. Okay guys, so that should be perfect. I'll probably have some more left over, but I'll use it for something else later. Okay, so there's our 2 cups already in here. Oh, that's a little big. I think 1 sleeve of graham crackers literally gives you like 1 cup. So, alright, there's my half. Alright guys, yeah, so I have about a 1/2 cup for something later. And I will just label it and throw it in the freezer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, let's see here, toss. So in a medium bowl, toss together the crumbs and the melted butter. So I already have my butter pre-melted here in a bowl. It calls for 2/3 cups of, no, I lied. Hang on, guys. 2/3 cup of butter melted. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and pour that in here and scrape out as much of that butter as you possibly can. Okay, guys, we're just going to toss that together, get it all incorporated and wet. eggs. So that should work. And oh my goodness, this is going to be so delicious right here. I'm going to get Marty and little man in here to eat some. Okay. Okay. I just had to wash that off there. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to press this crumb mixture into the bottom of a prepared pan. Prepared pan. Da 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 da. Prepared pan. Okay, guys, this is fun. So I've been doing a little bit of prep work before I went on to get everything ready for this recipe for you guys, because the pomegranates that are used in this recipe are off the tree. I still had a whole box left, and so I had to do a handful of them and get them shelled and ready to rock and roll for this recipe. And you guys, you're just going to go ahead and press those graham crackers and butter down on your pan. Okay. And my oven is just about preheated. It's at 335. You'll hear it beep here in a minute. Okay. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. I think it's pretty packed down. That butter's doing its job. Okay. Got a little bit of top. I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands real quick. Okay, so what it wants us to do, it wants us to bake this for 5 minutes and then cool on a wire rack. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead. It really doesn't matter if you're up to your temp or not on this, guys. I mean, it's literally almost there, so it's totally fine. Okay, just going to put that in there. Set our timer for 5 minutes. And that will be done in a minute. Okay. So back over here. Alright, let's see. So in a large bowl, combine granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, and remaining 1 tablespoon of apple pie spice. Add, okay, so actually what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and cut. Yeah, let's go ahead and slice up our apples and our pears and get those going. Okay. We get a bowl so when those are done. Just a stainless steel bowl. Okay. Guys, I'm just going to go ahead and see, I told you it was going to go off. It was only in there for like half a minute. So that's pretty hot in there. I'm just going to slice them, guys. Like, see the jackal one? He's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm just going to slice those up. And guys, like I said, the peel is entirely up to you. It says to peel and core and slice. I don't mind skin. Saves me an extra step. And skin is healthy for you guys. I prefer the skin. So we'll try 6, 3 pear, and 3 apples. And if we need more, then I'll add an apple or 2. So we'll see. And I buy my fruit a lot of the time over at our 99-cent store because they get produce in there. And honestly, guys, I would prefer to buy it down there because for what I spend even at Walmart, Walmart's not the cheapest right now. So it's hit or miss. They want like a bag of apples for $4, like $3.97. I can go into the 99-cent store and I can get a big same size bag for $1.99. And same thing with our grapes too. For some reason, I have been getting grapes in there for 99. I got one little bucky. For guys, I told you it's real life around here. Oh, grapes! I get grapes for 99 cents a pound in there, and right now our Smiths and our Walmart want $1.99 a pound for those. And little man loves grapes, so I try to keep those in the house all the time. And now he's digging pears. He realized he liked those too. He's always been such a good fruit eater, though. Marty too. I never have a problem with him eating fruit. Berries and stuff. I mean, we grew up in California, or I grew up in California, Upland, California. And, we had a backyard that had a clementine tree. My dad had a greenhouse back there that he grew cherry tomatoes and blackberries and raspberries, and we would go out there and pick them all the time. And then the side part where we lived, so we had limes, lemons, grapefruits, and then in the front yard we had apple tree, honeysuckle, and kumquats growing all the time. And then our neighbor on the one side of us, he had zucchini and squash that he grew. He'd just set them on the brick wall, and we always had that. And then the neighbor on the opposite side, they had a plum and a peach tree. So all the time on the side of the house, we had plums and we had peaches just smushed all over all the time. So, and then my grandma, she had an orange tree, and then she had a garden up at her house too. Here, I'm going to go ahead and take you guys real quick while I'm chit-chatting and pull this out so it doesn't burn. And so she had oranges and pomegranates. I mean, she had, God, that poor woman. I'm telling you guys, I thought I had it bad out there. She had like a bush that was her like security wall, like a fence. And that's what she had to do all the time. That woman never let those things go to waste. I remember her sending us gallon-sized bags of pomegranates that she would. Took me 3 hours the other day to do pomegranates I had. Alright guys, so I'll just show you real quick. That just came out of the oven. That's going to cool. So what that does is it just gets your butter and your graham crackers combined. And that will sit and cool. Okay, so I have gotten, while I was yakking at you, I got the apples and the pears mixed together. Okay. Now guys, if you don't like pears, just use apples. Green or red, it is entirely up to you. Green is good for baking. These ones are pretty dense, so I'm not really worried about it. They're going to do okay in the oven because I've used these for a puff pancake and they do just fine. They don't get soft and mushy. So those are going to sit here. Let's see here, guys. What do we need to do next? I'm going to bring you up a little bit to the recipe. Alright, guys. So, you see, you guys still can't even see me. I'm still working with the tripod. So, bear with me. It is a work in progress around here. So, anyways, what we're going to do right now, so we've skipped step number 2. Because we'll do the cookie cutters in a minute. I want to have them ready to throw on when I'm ready. Just so they don't, because the kitchen is warm right now and I don't want those to be too hard to like lift up and put on there because there's a lot of dough. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I know guys, my hair is crazy. But you know what? When you're baking, you don't want to have to worry about getting hair in your food. So I always try and keep my hair up. And it's really, really windy here right now, so I'm not really worried about it. Alright, let's see here. So guys, I'm going to move this dough off the oven. We still want it cool enough to work with, but not hot enough where we can't do anything with it. So, And guys, I'll link this recipe down below. I do find it on, like, I'll just go on Google and I'll just say sugar cookie recipe. Now, I did find one. Now, I forgot about that. This was the one that gets kind of crumbly. So instead of milk, I use heavy cream. I use either or. I believe this recipe needs more milk than what the one online calls for. So I'll give you my recipe, my improvised recipe. Okay, so let's see here. So we've done this and we've done that. So in a large bowl, combine granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour. So let's do that real quick. So we have to. Okay, so they want them separate. That's okay. So, how do I want to do this? Alright, guys, looks like I'm dirtying yet another bowl. Okay, so it wants my sugar to go in. So granulated sugar, they want 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. Okay, so 3/4 of a cup. Guys, this is going to be a treat. There is so much sugar in this recipe, like holy moly. This is probably not something I will make regularly, so only around the holidays this stuff tends to happen. Okay, so we want 2 tablespoons of flour. So guys, I just buy the 10-pound bag. I think this is 10 pounds. Yeah, 10-pound bag from Walmart. Or wherever it's on sale. Usually the holidays, sometimes they get good sales over at Smith's, our grocery store. So 1 tablespoon is going to go into here. And so I look around at my sales and see what I can find. Okay, so what else does it call for? And 1 teaspoon of apple pie spice. Guys, I don't believe I have apple pie spice, but I know I have pumpkin pie spice in here. I don't think I usually keep that one. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been able to find it. I'm sure I could make it. Yeah, guys, it's not looking like I own that spice. Not in this one, at least. Let's see. It would be a miracle if there was one in here. But I highly doubt if there is. I have allspice. Well, guys, see, that is the good thing about having, you know, like I said, the highly stocked cabinet. So I'm going to write apple pie spice on the list and pick that up. But pumpkin pie spice, this is, what do I buy? Right here. And I have more on the list. But you can improvise. So it calls for 1 teaspoon. Oh, fine, it doesn't want to fit in there. Right. And just like so. Okay, guys. I'm just going to whisk that together. It smells really good. I like this time of year. Alright, so it says that we need to add the pears. And we are going to add the pears and the pomegranate seeds. Oh, okay, so they wanted a cup of pomegranate seeds. So that's from our pomegranate tree. Okay, so I'll bring you guys close real quick so you can see what I'm working on. You won't see me, but you'll see what we're working on over here. Okay. In fact, I'll bring it down just a hair more. Okay. So it says to pour your pomegranate seeds in there. Ooh, this is going to be really good, guys. I've never baked with pomegranate seeds, so that's going to be new. Alright, so there's that. What else does it want? And vanilla. So I've just got some imitation vanilla. Buy it for 99 cents. How much do we want of the vanilla? 2 teaspoons, guys. 2 teaspoons of your vanilla. Alright guys, so that's going to be pretty tasty. Let's go ahead and do a whisk on this one. Actually, no. Guys, we're just going to toss with a wooden spoon. And you're pretty much tossing to coat. Get all of it incorporated. Got a lot of sugar down at the bottom. Oh guys, it's getting wet and yummy in here. Oh. That's alright. Guys, usually when I'm done making anything in the kitchen, I try to mop my kitchen floors and sweep. If anything, I sweep. And I get little man in here helping with his little sweeper, because he likes to do that. Alright guys, so I think that'll do. It's pretty incorporated. Everything looks beautiful. Okay. So now we are gonna, what does it say? So toss gently to coat, spoon mixture onto the crust. Okay, so we're gonna I'll take you over here. And so I'm gonna put this on top of the crust. I want to try and make sure I get pomegranate seeds evenly through the dessert. Guys, and I am going to tell you that I'm a little nervous putting cookies on top of this because I don't know how those are going to work. I don't want them to burn. So we might have to put foil on it while we're cooking it. So just go ahead and get it evenly distributed through it. Oh guys, it smells so good. This is going to be a fun dessert. I've actually never made this one. I found it the other day in a magazine. I was like, I have pomegranates. It's nice to have a pomegranate tree because they're like $1 and change at the store for one. Guys, I got a gold mine out there. I'm going to start selling at the farmer's market next year. Come find me. Alright guys, I am going to wash this sticky off my hands real quick. Okay, so we've got that going right there. Okay, so let me see what else we've got to do. We need, so brush cutouts with lightly buttered egg, sprinkle with the sugar. Oh, top with the cutouts. Okay. So, alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get this dough going. So what, we're going to go back to step number 2. Step number 2 says we're going to, on a lightly floured surface, roll. Oh, actually, hang on. So we'll go back to step number 1. So after we preheated the oven, we are going to allow the cookie dough to stand for 10 minutes in a medium bowl. So we are going to knead in 2/3 a cup of flour. Guys, I don't know if I want to do that because this one was a homemade recipe, so I don't think I need to do that. But I am going to go ahead and put a 1/2 teaspoon of the pumpkin spice on it like it calls for, because that'll make them really yummy. And I'm going to knead with flour anyways. Oh, actually, I'm just going to use what's left in here. I definitely need to go get some more at the store. We are out. Okay, so we'll knead that in. Alright guys, so this is kind of a messy meal, or a messy dessert. You gotta flour your surface. It's so much fun. Okay. And make sure you leave a little bit on the side for your hands, because you're gonna need it. Okay. So I'm gonna take this, I put the pumpkin pie spice right on, or the, pumpkin pie spice right on top, and I'm just gonna knead that into this dough, just like so. And I'm sure Jackie's gonna have some left over for cookies, so we'll make some sugar cookies for him. Him and Marmart. Alright guys, I'm just gonna plop that out. Yum. Alright, so I'm gonna go grab my rolling pin. Guys, this rolling pin has been around forever. It was my grandma's. She's old. Okay, so it says we're going to roll that out to 1/8. Sorry, roll that out to 1/8 inch thickness. So you don't want them too thin. Okay. And I don't think I'm going to need a whole lot. Hang on, guys. We're getting a little too close to the edge over here. I'm going to go ahead and take this bit of dough and set that aside. Way too much work. I'm going to need a little bit more, guys. So I think this little ball is going to be perfect for what we're working on here. And keep your surface floured. Makes it so much easier to work with. And that's going to incorporate that pumpkin pie spice a little more. Alright, guys. So go ahead and get a little bit of flour for your roller. And it calls for fall leaves. But you know what? It is almost close to Halloween. And I would prefer to do Halloween cookie cutters. So it is entirely up to you. Okay. So I'm going to keep it about that thick on there. I think that'll work. Okay, so I've got, I'll show you. I've got all my Halloween cookie cutters. We've got a cool witch. We've got some pumpkins, some bats, some ghosts, a black cat, a witch's hat, another ghost, and another pumpkin. So we're going to just do what we want and put it on top. So, how cute. You guys see that okay? And we're just going to top, just like so. Let's do a black cat. Guys, these are going to be thick, but they're going to be good. And I think they want them thick like that, so they don't cook too fast. I'm going to do a witch's hat. And try and get your cookie cutters in there close to the side so you don't have to roll out so much. Okay. Oh, let me show you guys. A little witch's hat. And I don't think it really matters if they, well, no, I guess it does. So you don't want them to touch each other while they're on here. They're not going to expand or anything, but I guess we don't want to overlap. I touched this one with my finger on accident. That's okay. You won't notice it when it's done baking. Let's do a bat. Guys, Halloween is so much fun. We're going to be getting ready to trick or treat soon. Let's do a ghost. Jackie is going to be Thomas the Train. So that's going to be fun. And Marty's still undecided. We were going to go as Hocus Pocus, but honestly, guys, I don't know if we're doing that anymore. I might just go gather up a little witch's hat from Walmart, the headband one, because we've been so windy here, so it doesn't fly off my head. And wear something warm. But it falls on a Thursday, and Friday here we don't have school, so that is going to be so much fun. The only thing that she'll have to do Friday is she'll have to go to dance practice in the evening time. But it's going to be so much fun. Alright, so I still got room. Let's go ahead and do a big ghost. In fact, I'm going to roll him out just a little bit more so I can get him in there. That should work. Yeah, it's getting kind of warm in here with the oven running. But it's like upper 70s here today, almost, I think almost 80s. But with the wind, guys, it does not feel like that. It is cold outside today. I haven't been running the coolers, and I opened Jack's window. And I had to shut it because it was blowing too much wind in the house, and it was chilly. I even got Nakey Man dressed. Told him, you're not running around in your underwear. Every video I film of that child, he's always in his underwear. I don't know if your kids are the same way, but mine are. And, well, Marty, she was that way when she was little. But, let's see, what do we want to do? We got 2 cats already, so let's go ahead and do, I got I don't know. Oh, let's do another pumpkin. We don't have a, let's do this pumpkin. That'll work. Oh guys, and even Marty and Jack are gonna get some cookies out of it. Alright, so let me read. It says, assemble, so place the small cutouts towards the center to avoid over browning. Alright, so we kind of want it more in the center, I guess. I don't know, guys. We're going to find out how well this is going to work for us. Okay, so that's awesome. Check that out. So now the kids will have some cookies. We'll do that while that's baking. That'll be fun. Okay, so it says now we are going to brush the cutouts with lightly buttered egg, sprinkle with sugar. Okay, I can do that. We're going to go ahead and take our brush and brush some butter or some egg on top like so. Bring you guys over, show you what I'm doing. Oops, sorry guys. I think I need to get a new tripod. This one I'm using is kind of ancient. And I found one on Amazon. I need to buy it. Because I'm filming with the camcorder, and guys, I really like it. I'm off and on with my phone now, and the camcorder. It's coming out really well. Now, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the film. I'm trying to get some better stuff out to you. And this week, I hope you guys like what I've put out with the soap and the baby wipes. I would love to hear your guys' comments and feedback and what you guys maybe would want to see. Alright, so we're just going to take a little bit of sugar right here. And we're just going to sprinkle on top. Oh, that's going to be good. I bet you guys could even sprinkle a little cinnamon on top, and that would be good too. In fact, I might just do that. So, just take a little bit of cinnamon and do a light sprinkle on top. Guys, this is that time of year. Can't go wrong. I think it'll be okay. But yeah, everything I have improvised, I will definitely make you guys a recipe that you can make at home. Okay. I guess this one came out of Better Homes and Garden Magazine. So it must have been something I had for a while. So let's see here. So now we're going to put that in the oven for 30 minutes. And then bake 30 minutes, cover loosely with foil, and bake for another 20 to 25 minutes. So holy moly. This is going to be a minute here. So I'll have to bring you guys back when we get that going. Okay. Alright, so let's put her in the oven. Like so, and we are going to set our timer for 30 minutes and let that go. Keep an eye on your cookies, okay guys, because you don't want them to burn. I have a feeling those are going to cook faster, but I don't know. I've never done it on top of fruit before, so we'll see how that comes out. So I don't know if you guys want to stick with me. I'll make some cookies. We'll throw them out and get those cut out. Guys, my cutting boards are, or my baking stuff is, holy moly. I am so due soon. But, make it work. So what I do to make life easier is I put parchment paper down on it. It takes a little bit, but then your cookies don't burn. I think that's all I have for baking. One more here. Okay. Yeah. So these ones aren't too bad. I have a few that are like, but guys, I just buy the parchment paper. The parchment paper over at the 99-cent store. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and take, and yes, I have a mess going right here, but I'll clean that while that's cooking. But I wanted to get, while I have the flour mess going, I want to just get the cookies ready to rock and roll. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and parchment paper these pans, and I will be back with you in a minute. Alright guys, so I'm back. I decided just to do 3 pans right now and see where I'm at. That I don't waste any paper. And I think I'm still going to sprinkle them with a little bit of sugar on top. I think that would be pretty yummy. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and put some more flour down. Guys, I can fill flour and sugar all over the floor. I have got my work cut out for me. Alright guys, so we're just going to knead for a minute. Also, one thing that I did not do, and I usually do when I'm working with dough, this one's not too bad, but I take my rings off because I get dough on my rings and it's hard to get it out. To take like a toothpick in there and get it. So, alright guys, same thing. Take a little bit of your flour, pour it on your roller. Jackie wanted dinosaur cookies, so we're going to make dinosaurs. Dinosaur Halloween. Alright. That's so cute. You know. And we're just going to put them like so. Okay. And when I went to shut off my camera, I noticed that part of my cookie, I was cutting the cookies and putting them on the thing. It cut me off halfway. So what I was trying to tell you was I had egg mixture left over. And so what I went ahead and did was I brushed the tops of the cookies with that. And I sprinkled it with sugar. And then I went ahead in the time that I was allowed. And what I mean by that is the timer that was going for the dessert, I used that time to clean up my mess. So I still have about 5 minutes left on the dessert. 5 or 10 minutes. We'll check it at the 5. And then I'm going to put the cookies in after. But right now I'm getting ready to mop the kitchen floors. But I've got my counters clean and the dishes all done. And now I'm getting ready to do the floors. I've swept and now I'm going to mop. But yeah, so I will bring you back in a minute and I will show you the final dessert. Alright guys, so my timer has gone off on the cookies. So it's been about 8 minutes. We're going to check them. Oh yeah, they're definitely done, guys. Be careful. Okay, I'm just going to move this over here. Actually, let me put a hot pad. And set that on the counter. Guys, always set it on a hot pad. You don't want to hurt your counters. Your countertops. I still have a little bit of flour to clean up on the oven, but I've gotten all the cleanup done. The floors are mopped. My foam, what do you call these things? Sorry, kitchen floor mats are mopped and cleaned. Oh, those look so good, guys. Hot, hot cookies. Let me bring you close. You guys can check it out. So that's the cookies there, guys. We got some dinosaurs, witches, ghosts, pumpkins, witch hats. That egg top was pretty. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let these cool, and then the kids are going to have these devoured in about 0.9 seconds, and that's about how that goes around here. So we have the cookies, we have beautiful pan pie ready for dessert tonight. So guys, I am going to try a little bit real quick to make sure it's safe for human consumption. Get a little bit in here with some of that yummy crust. Guys, it's still pretty hot on the sides, so when you pull it out and you try and get a little bit out, be careful. I'm going to get a little bit of that cookie too. Alright guys, because we improvised with half apple, and then instead of ginger snaps we used graham cracker crust, and I didn't have apple pie spice, so we used pumpkin pie spice, and I used a homemade refrigerated sugar cookie dough. Guys, you can see it. That stuff is still steaming. Gotta be careful. Mmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Mmm. Mmm. And it's crunchy too. Hey Felix. You guys heard the cat. He just walked in. Alright, that is delicious. And even the pomegranates, you don't taste the seed in it. That's good. Alright guys, that's a winner. I will share that recipe with y'all. Okay, I'm going to eat me a little more, give the kids some. And if you enjoyed this fun tutorial on how to make a pan pie and some cookies, give me a like, a subscribe, and a share, and we greatly appreciate you coming and sticking around with me for as long as you have in the duration of this video. I know it was long, but we got some yummy food out of it, and go ahead and try it for yourselves. Alright guys, I will catch you in the next video. Go have a great night.